Hi everyone, I welcome all the divine souls on my YouTube channel, which is Twinflame Realities, and in this video I will share my experiences which I experienced because of black magic and reason behind sharing this information, so that you understand when you are a real twin flame and a chosen one star seed, there are already negative entities from the other realm who are targeting you. And there is a lot of difference when somebody is doing black magic on you, the sort of signs you experience, and when these entities are attacking you which are not part of black magic. So that is the reason I'm sharing this video today. I always used to feel heavy burden on my body because of negative entities which was there because of black magic. Always having extreme headache, unnecessary, even when I didn't had cold and cough. So I used to think why I'm having this headache all the time. And medicines were also not helping. So I used to have a lot of tea, coffee, probably it will go, but no, it was not helping. Always being angry on small things, always irritated by small things, like even hearing a bit of noise was disturbing me. And as I was working, so voice of other employees in my office was hurting, and the noise which used to come because of vehicles in my area. So these things I started experiencing on a frequent basis since 2017 a lot. And every week I used to have heavy fever, and many times I also was not allowed to have leaves because I was feeling embarrassed. I was always sick. And so I also even worked when I was not well. I was not even position to sit in my office, and then I was sent back to my home many times. My room was always as cold as ice, and I always used to feel chills around me, as if I was staying in Shimla or maybe some at cold place where it wasn't. And my anger was getting increased day by day, and that I started noticing it since 2014, that I knew I have anger issues, but I did not experience what I started experiencing since 2014. Because from 2014 that tantric started attacking on my health and life too. I found small insects in all of my uncooked food items, including rice, dry fruits, and even I was shocked when I saw these insects in red chili and also in oil. So I kept on replacing and throwing those food items immediately. But I saw the moment I have purchased those packed food items, insects were happening within 3 to 4 days, and that I tested for so many months. Because I always used to buy fresh packed food, and I started checking the packaging dates of these food items. Probably even I was making some mistake. No, it was not, but these insects were happening in these food items which were uncooked because of this black magic itself. As everybody knows that tulsi, basil, a plant is a sacred plant. In that plant, what was happening, it was kept on dying again and again, and I was replacing it. But then I found that the plant was the entire soil was filled with lot of white insects, and that was so surprising for me. How is this even possible? Because this plant is being used to create medicines. So, and also this is such a sacred plant. How is this even possible? And also other plants kept on dying. So I noticed this sign. So when I noticed including that sacred plant, there were several other sacred plants which I had. So those were dying. So I stopped even bringing it at my home. Many illness diseases were being created due to black magic, so that when death occurs, people will think that it's a natural death because of normal disease. There were cuts in the clothes, and new clothes were getting torn, which was a sign of black magic again. So as I was suffering a lot because of these health issues, and I experienced this many times that I will not be alive. That sort of health was spoiled. Money I was earning a lot of money, because I have been into my career since very long time. So the entire money was going into medical tests and in medicines. So I was not able to save money. One day, as I kept on going to doctor and getting my medical checkups done. So it was a test done, which was suggested, I guess, by the doctor itself. So doctor said, have you started drinking alcohol? And he was shocked, because he was my old time doctor. So I said, no, I don't drink, that I do not get into all those things. So he said, it is presented heavily in your reports. And then he said maybe it is because of the medicines you are taking, that too since very long time. So I was also surprised, the heavily this alcohol was presented in my reports because of this, medicines. And as I knew that these black magic were happening, but I never stopped, going to doctors and getting my medical checkups done. So many times I went for CT scan, X-ray and other, medical tests in which nothing was coming out. So doctors were saying like, why are you wasting your money when it is nothing is there? You can always take painkillers whenever you feel pain in your body. So because of this, the illness which this tantric was trying to create through black magic, I experienced kidney stones twice and also typhoid, fever several times in during this time. And since 2017, back to back attacks were done to end my life through this, black magic. And as these people were in communication, who were checking whether it is working or not, and why and how I am still alive, wherein I was kept on meeting, several accidents, but nothing, nothing has harmed my life. So since I started working in night shift in 2017, I was also taking, technical classes during morning time, and it was for few hours only. So these were offline classes. It was, I think, within 15 kilometers from my home. So one day I suddenly, started crying in my class without any reason. I did not even know and understand why was I crying. And after that I went home. On the road, people and nearby, who were there when I was traveling through metro, they all started looking at me, why was I crying, because I'm not a small child, and the way I was crying, it was even surprising for me. So, and once I reached home, I told to my best friend, this is what I am experiencing, and I know that this is happening because of these psychic attacks, the black magic. So he said, these black magic things are just illusion, you can go to psychiatrist. And now this best friend was who was again, where I was staying in that area. This person has always been in contact with tantric, getting his things done, and always, extremely involved into black magic and astrology. But then intentionally he was saying to me that, these all things are illusion. So that day when I told this to my best friend, now as soon as I came home, there was a strong energy which was forcing me to hang myself through the fan, to commit suicide. So I said to myself that everything is fine in my life. Why such thought is coming in my mind? And this is a voice which is asking me to go ahead and hang myself, through this fan. And this was a negative entity. I realized that. So I thought if I sleep for a while, that maybe, in some time this energy will be removed, and then within few hours my office cab will come. Then once I reach to my office, everything will be fine. So as I lay there, I saw that goddess Kali had attacked me twice. First attack was done on sacral chakra, second was done on heart chakra, and when she was about to attack me, on my heart chakra, on my throat, I believe, and then I woke up all of a sudden. So this was again a divine help. And these tantrics actually uses illusion to show you, what if it is really a divine entity. No, it is not. So, and then when I woke up, once I opened my eyes, before this third attack, which was about to be happened on my, throat, on my neck, I was experiencing a lot of pain on those, sacral chakra and on my heart chakra. I realized this was not the first time. This experience, I experienced for the second time. And now if I do not take any action, the life will be ended, and which should not be like that. So this attack was second time I experienced. So when this happened first time, I ignored it, and this second attack was done immediately within few days when I had conversation with divine about this another masculine for whom I had intense feeling. When divine said this was my divine test, that time I realized that when divine told me that he was the second masculine for whom I had feelings, who was like twin flame, and that was a divine test. So between this time, there was another masculine who was just a contact, and he was such a selfish person who kept on asking for money, and then proposed me, thought, because every other girl is about love relationship. And then I realized there was some sort of energy, some sort of entity which was pushing me towards this selfish masculine, that I should accept him as a love partner and get married to him. There I realized if I was really interested into love relationship or marriage, I could have accepted this guy, the one who was genuinely a right person, who came in my life as a divine test. Why was I thinking about accepting this selfish person? So there I realized there are people who are trying to force me into a relationship with a wrong person, that too by using dark energies. Since there I became aware, no, these all things are really happening in my life. And before coming, on this journey, that 10 years of journey, I already decided that I will not come in any relationship or will not get married until this journey of 10 years is over. So that was another thing which clicked into my mind. How come I can think about getting into a relationship, that too with a selfish person, wherein I already had several options who were good? So there I realized, no, this I have to take care of now, which was really a shittiest thing done by that actually reptilian girl which I have talked about. And when this the second time attack was done while sleeping, so, and when I woke up, I said to divine that if this is the part of my life, if this way my life is supposed to be ended, then I surrender to you. This is your choice. And then that was an unintentional divine surrender was done by me, and there I got a help. And after that attack, I came in acceptance that this is all real and I will have to get it removed, otherwise I will become the reason to end my life. Then I asked divine how to come out of this situation and about these energies. And divine asked me to connect to the mother of my best friend. And when I told her about these attacks, she said that she they know someone who is a tantric and is a good one, so he can help you in this, and also they have got their task done several times through that tantric. So she took me at his place where he was staying with his family, and he claimed that he was worshipper of goddess Kali, and the powers he has, it's all by birth. He has not done any sort of spiritual activities to get those powers. And the moment I entered at his place where he had large temple inside his house, he said there are multiple jinns with me and they cannot enter in that room. So he said that there is a process which he will have to follow to remove these entities, and that was done nearby a sacred river. So when this tantric said there are several other negative entities on me, and which it was sent through that tantric itself, so I started questioning. I have been seeing a particular incident or a sort of event in my life wherein people who had these sort of experiences, they were behaving in some other manner. I said, no, I have not experienced that. It was just in health issues. Yeah, I realized back to back this accidents and then several other kind of activities which were happening because of black magic. So because of being a twin flame, these entities are actually you are always protected by the divine. But why I started experiencing all these things during these 10 years of journey? Because when initially divine told me that a person who was doing black magic, so I said, no, it cannot be true, you are lying. So I was the one who denied accepting this truth. So because health was spoiled, but I was not experiencing a lot of things because of being the divine protection. So that time bit of divine protection was removed so that I can understand what all people go through because of black magic. So the tantric who did all these shittiest activities to end my life through black magic, so the current tantric who was removing these black magic, he started telling me the name of all other people who were doing these black magics. So one of the shocking things this tantric told me, which was actually true, when initially I came in contact with that first tantric who did a lot of black magic on me, through my owner. So I was staying at that place. So this there was a lady who is part of my family relative. So one day I was sitting with her, so she started saying like her own sister is in pain because of all these evil activities, evil entities. So I said, I know somebody who helps in all these things, you can I can get you contact with that person. So I took these two ladies there, and then as they saw the place of this tantric and also took his contact number, these ladies this lady particular who has done black magic since my childhood, she contacted this person and paid money to end my life, to my to end my career. So this tantric who was removing the black magic, he told me all these things, wherein I already heard all these things by the spirit. So divine started telling me like, now you believe when a tantric, a human, is telling you all these information. You did not believe when spirits were giving you this information. You did not believe when we were telling you this information. Are you happy now? So I was feeling ashamed of myself. So my eyes were, filled with tears when divine started telling me and saying this, you did not believe us. And that's the reason that you had to go through this much of pain. We had to make you experience all these things because you were the one who denied all these things. So we had to remove a bit of, divine protection so that it starts hurting you. And as we promised, your life will not be ended, but then you will experience all these things. So that all, became true. And then I apologized to divine for this thing. Two bigger mistakes of my life I did, when I took these two ladies for their help at that tantric's place. I paid money, to that tantric because she didn't had money that time. That's what she said. There was another girl who was, staying in my neighbor, and her mother was talking to me. So she herself told me that, her daughter is experiencing all these things, wherein this girl was again an evil person, dirty person. But then I still paid money for her when she said she doesn't have money. So these were, biggest mistake of my life, helping wrong people. And no one should, pay for removal of evil entities for someone else, no matter what. So there I realized my own helping nature became reason, to bring a lot of problems, hurdles into my life. Even it was all about, ending my life because of other people, because of my helping nature. So there I made a lot of changes after my awakening, when it comes about my helping nature. But it was not enough. A lot of other information was still hidden from me related to people who were doing black magic on me, and that was hidden by the divine itself because I could not handle it, at that time. So many more, soul shocks were waiting for me on this journey because it was not, that time it was not completed, those 10 years of journey. I guess either 1 or 2 years were still left. So many more shocks were waiting for me even after the removal of these, negative entities and all sort of black magic. Also several other things, I was experiencing because of black magic. Whenever I used to sleep during night time, negative entities used to knock my door frequently, and that tantric was, used to call my name, and I used to wake up between 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. So that was a frequent thing which I was experiencing. So I was not even able to sleep properly. Also many times, or almost every time when I was, sleeping, I was attacked during sleep time itself, and I did not understand how does this happen. Because whenever I used to wake up after sleep, I used to feel a lot of pain in my body, wherein these attacks were trying to end my life while sleeping. So I had to understand this thing after my awakening, that a lot of protection was required even during your sleep time. So there I understood, in reality, person can be killed even during their sleep time through using black magic. That was such a horrible thing I experienced. Another shocking thing, when the mother of my best friend took me at, that tantric's place, who removed this black magic and also gave me an amulet to wear for the protection. So he got to know in some time, as he was, because of my energy, he was flooded with money. So he tried, maintaining a contact with me, and then also started brainwashing me against this family of my best friend. And in most of the time, he tried again bind me so that he can remain in my contact. But as I realized, 99% tantrics are generally, selfish, mean, evil people. So in all circumstances, you should remain protected and stay away from such people. So as it was the time, wherein I had to maintain distance through this, best friend and his family, along with this tantric, wherein he tried a lot so that he can pull me through his energies and powers in his contact. But then after awakening, things were completely changed. I took the entire control of all sort of energies and powers into my own hand, because I did not want any outside help, because I hold all sort of powers. So that was the reason that I did not want to be in their contact. And when you want to remain protected from such harm, from negative entities and black magic, it is also that you will have to break contact with these wrong negative people. So everything was happening as per my planned 10 years of, painful journey. When will I come in contact with such people, and when was the time to maintain distance? So everything was, pre-planned by the divine, and I was literally enjoying this painful journey. When this, tantric was doing removal of black magic, this mother of my best friend was there. She went along with me. So this, tantric told me that this auntie wants you to get married to his son. And I said, how could you dare to think like that? wherein you know that your son is already in a relationship, and that too in a serious one, and you know that truth, you said in front of me that you are happy with his relationship, then how come you can think like this? So I was literally, upset. But then I knew these, this entire family was narcissistic people, selfish people, and again so influenced by physical beauty and money, because I had, good career. So that was another reason. Then I knew that I have to maintain a distance from these people. And when this, tantric who did this removal of black magic, he said, that he asked me to share the picture of my best friend, and said, like, he took help from him for his career to going abroad, and he did not pay money to him, wherein I denied sharing his picture. And also, before maintaining distance from this family, I told them, especially his mother, that, this tantric was asking the picture of, my best friend. So she got scared, how come? And then she said, I told her that, that's what he said, that he did not pay money. So she said, we have already paid him money for that help, and no money is, no money is due. So, and then I told her that was my duty, because, that was sort of a responsibility I hold because of being a friend, because you can never trust a tantric, no matter what. Also, from 14 till 2017 or 2018, I experienced, or I would say that I went through divine test twice or thrice, wherein I have met entire 3 tantrics from 2014 to 17, or probably from 2011 to 2018. So twice, wherein somebody took me at their place, and all of a sudden they started talking that you like or love a guy, and this black magic has done by some other person on him. So I said, why don't you remove this from him? And so they said, like, we cannot remove that, because you will have to bring that person to our place to remove that black magic, but we can get you married to him. I said, no, this I do not want. And there it clicked in my mind, how come is this possible? These people are saying that, they cannot do the black magic removal from this person, from this twin flame. And they're asking me that, they can make me married to him. Wherein I was never ready to get married to this person. I did not even want to be in a relationship or a friendship with this person. But I thought maybe if the black magic removal can be done, it will be great for his life. So that's what I thought. But then later on, it was, told that it was a divine test. So be aware of these things, that sort of shortcuts will be offered to you in many areas of your life, wherein those are divine tests. So as twin flames are not normal human beings, they are chosen ones, star seeds, and I have already shared several videos on which dark entities are, always attacking twin flames, probably during their sleep time, and many other, different ways they use. So I have already shared several videos how you can protect yourself from that. And always, twin flames are, targeted by selfish, mean, evil, jealous people. There are always somebody in their life who is trying to, destroy their life through black magic. Negative, jealous people. And energy vampires you always surround, because your energies are healing energies. And then you keep on, receiving their energies and keeping them with yourself, because you do not know how to heal or remove those energies from your system. So remember that because of being a twin flame, you will always have to do extra things to protect your energies and to protect your life and your business and other things. You are not a normal human being. That is why you are being targeted from almost from everywhere. So I have already shared so many videos on protection. Please go ahead and watch. And in upcoming videos, I will be sharing entire thing, when it comes about protecting your energies and your life. So this was about today's video. I will see you in another video. Till then, take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.